Do you know which university is the most haunted in China? Some people may say it's a certain mountain university or a certain hospital in Xi'an, but I think it must be Tongji University, because in this medical school, there is a very strange teaching building, and its underground second floor once had the largest underground morgue in Asia, with this super buff. Naturally, many bizarre and weird things have been spread, the most mysterious of which is the disappearance of the underground third floor and room 902. Friends who are scared. Suggest you add a friend who studies medicine to watch it together. Let's start today's story. The missing third underground floor of Tianyo Building. As we all know, Tongji University is one of the 7 earliest key universities in China. It has a history of more than 110 years. Why does this university, with civil engineering, transportation, and architecture as its leading majors, have the largest morgue in Asia? We have to start with its predecessor, the German Medical School founded by a German doctor in Shanghai in 1907. After many twists and turns, it was renamed Tongji German Medical and Engineering School in 1917. It mainly taught German, medicine, and engineering. It was not until 1923 that it was officially named Tongji University. Therefore, the medical major of Tongji University can be regarded as a century-old glorious history. Of course, many campus legends have been passed down. The most famous one is the rumor about Tianyo Building in Shanghai West. The building has a long history and is named in memory of Chinese railway engineer Zhang Tianyo. Tianyo Building is actually no different from ordinary medical teaching buildings. There are offices, laboratories, classrooms, and anatomy rooms, and human organ storage rooms on the first floor. But the most amazing one is the corpse bank on the second floor underground. Although you can see some human body slices soaked in formalin through the glass in the organ storage room on the first floor, it is still far inferior to the second floor underground. Because the second floor underground is not an ordinary specimen bank. It was once the largest underground morgue in Asia. It is said that the area underwater, it is about the size of a standard football field. It is stored vertically and retrieved by a robotic arm. You can imagine what it would be like to have a large and enclosed underground space full of people. However, most people think that there are only 2 underground floors in Tianyo Building. The first floor is used to store tables and chairs as a warehouse, and the second floor is a morgue. But in fact, there is a third underground floor underneath it. At first, the third underground floor was only used to store various experimental equipment and medical equipment. But as the second underground floor was built and a large number of corpses were transported in, various strange things began to happen on the third underground floor. It is said that if you scare people on the third floor, they will feel a strong sense of oppression. Of course, anyone who thinks of thousands of corpses on their heads may have such a feeling to some extent. However, if it is just a feeling, it is not a strange thing. As time goes by, people who enter the third underground floor begin to have some visual and auditory hallucinations. For example, a student said that he saw a team of bridesmaids in a sedan chair through the reflection on the glass of the corridor on the third underground floor. Some people said that when he was taking supplies, he heard the laughter of children and the sound of bare feet running around. Some even said that they had seen a Nullacro, old man with his waist bent and facing the wall in a corner, standing, but non-school students cannot enter this building at all. All of the above are obviously not in line with common sense. At first, when the school heard about these things, they thought that some volatile chemical reagents might be placed on the third underground floor, and the underground ventilation was not good. As a result, after the chemical reagents were emptied and the windows were opened for ventilation for a long time, when entering the third underground floor, there were still visual and auditory hallucinations. It is said that in order to calm the panic, the school contacted a practitioner in Shanghai Longhua Temple to deal with this matter. After the practitioner went to see it, he said that the third underground floor of Tianyo Building was so strange. In addition to the super large, the main reason is that it echoes with another famous place in Shanghai, the Yin-Yang River of Longhua Temple. It is said that the river is used to collect ghosts for reincarnation. The Yin-Yang River originally connected several Yin-Yang roads leading to other places. One of them led to the third underground floor of Tianyo Building by chance. But how did Tianyo Building connect to this river when it is so far away? According to the explanation of the latent practitioners, when Tianyo Building was built, it was considered that a large morgue would be built underground. Its foundation design took feng shui into consideration. However, it was unexpected that it formed an extremely yin place within a radius of 100 miles. This is how it was accidentally connected. Once there, the yin-yang path connects to the underground of Tianyo Building. If the souls of the corpses on the second underground floor want to be reincarnated, they will naturally follow the third floor to the yin-yang path. Therefore, for ordinary people, once they go down to the third underground floor, their feet are on the extremely yin land, and their heads are covered by so many corpses. Their own yang energy simply cannot resist such heavy yin energy. If they stay there for a long time, they will experience hallucinations and auditory hallucinations. This is the so-called soul leaving the body. Finally, the former cultivator suggested that it would be better not to use the third underground floor. Seal the entire floor and place a pagoda at the door. Paste some talismans inside. Finally, after careful consideration, the school also adopted his opinion. From then on, after that, the third underground floor was never opened again. Just when everyone thought that the matter should have ended, the strange things did not stop. Slowly, other rumors spread among the students, saying that this closed basement had a strange attraction to people who walked into the building. The reason was that many students found that as soon as they entered the Tianyo Building, they would unconsciously approach the basement. When they went down the stairs, they would inexplicably walk to this floor. When they took the elevator, no one pressed this floor, but the elevator stopped at the third underground floor by itself. It was as if something inside was calling them. Among them, there was a student named Xiao Zhang. His experience was the most widely circulated and also the most bizarre. It was said that in the early 2000s, after Xiao Zhang was admitted to the School of Medicine of Tongji University, he had heard about the legend of Tianyo Building. So he was very careful in class and experiments and tried his best to avoid the opportunity to encounter such things. But when the final exam was approaching, he wanted to figure out the chemical principle of a certain drug. So he stayed up late in the laboratory on the 10th floor of Tianyo Building. Because he was too focused, he ignored the time. It was already 11 o'clock in the evening when he finished cleaning up. When he turned off the lights and walked out of the laboratory, the whole corridor was empty and terribly quiet. The weak light and the dark laboratories on both sides made it particularly eerie. The only movement in this matter was his own footsteps. He wanted to leave here quickly, but when he got to the elevator, he found that it was too late and the elevator was closed. So he had to go down the stairs. But as soon as he walked into the stairwell, he didn't know why his heart tightened. Suddenly, a strange feeling of depression came over him. The lights in the entire corridor were very dim, and there were no stair signs. He could only go down the stairs carefully, while silently counting the floors in his mind, fearing that he would go the wrong way accidentally. But when he went down the 7th floor, thinking that he could get out in the next 2 floors, something strange happened. When he turned the corner in the stairwell on the 3rd floor and was about to reach the 2nd floor, he found that there were no stairs in front of him. What suddenly appeared was a large iron door that had been sealed. There were seals and something like a talisman on the door. There was also a pagoda next to it. Seeing this scene, Xiao Zhang panicked instantly. The rumors about Tianyo Building kept flashing in his mind. His head was buzzing. He had clearly counted the floors one by one when he went down, but how could he suddenly appear on the 3rd floor underground? He didn't have time to think about it. When he reacted, he quickly ran up, rolling and crawling. But as he ran up, he suddenly heard a lot of hurried footsteps behind him, as if a group of people were chasing him. Same. And what was even more bizarre was that there were only 3 flights of stairs. But he couldn't reach the first floor, no matter how hard he climbed. It was like he was hit by a wall, and it kept repeating endlessly. Just like that, Xiaozhang ran for about 10 minutes in great fear. Just when he was falling into despair little by little, he finally found the exit to the first floor at the corner of a corridor. He rushed out and finally escaped from Tianyou Building. Later, Xiaozhang told this to a senior sister who had a good relationship with him. After hearing this, the senior sister said that she had also encountered a similar thing. It was also one night. She and her classmates left a little late because of the experiment. They didn't come out of the laboratory until about 10 o'clock. The elevator was also stopped at that time. She and her classmates walked up the stairs together. As a result, when they walked and looked out, they inexplicably walked to the door of the morgue on the second floor of the basement. They were so scared that they screamed and ran back. Fortunately, they ran out smoothly on the first floor. However, for a long time afterwards, they didn't dare to go to Tianyou Building again. After that, there were frequent reports on campus. There were rumors that other students had encountered similar things. Gradually, the news spread in the neighborhood. On the other hand, after Xiaozhang experienced that incident, he had the same nightmare for a long time. In the dream, he was lying on a cart for transporting corpses. There were crisscrossing tracks all around him. Then the cart began to slide slowly. Then it slid faster and faster, until finally Xiaozhang was sent to the morgue on the second floor underground of Tianyou Building. He saw himself standing with rows of thousands of corpses. Then he felt a chill slowly approaching. It was as if he was really standing in an icy cold storage. Although he knew he was dreaming, every time he dreamed of this, he wanted to move, but couldn't. His mouth couldn't make any sound until he woke up. And this nightmare accompanied him throughout his college career. It didn't end until he graduated and left the campus. Later, everyone said that these people were possessed by something, so they accidentally walked to the third floor underground. Of course, in addition to the underground floor, Tianyou Building also has another weird and evil place. The room 902. It is said that many classrooms in Tianyou Building, from the 3rd floor to the 10th floor, have been sealed, but the dates on the seals are different. Most of them are between 2006 and 2009. It seems that if there is a problem in a classroom, it will be sealed. However, there is a classroom that has been sealed since the building was built. According to some old alumni, since the construction of Tianyou Building, there have always been some strange noises in this classroom, 902. Whether it is day or night, as long as you get close to this classroom, you will hear a group of people talking and arguing in a certain position in the classroom, and the sound is particularly loud. Sometimes you can hear the sound of cars running and the sound of children playing and fighting. Even more outrageous, one night, when the security guard was patrolling on the 9th floor and passed by classroom 902, he suddenly heard the sound of gongs and drums coming from inside. The security guard immediately put the flashlight on the window of the classroom door to check. It turned out that there was nothing inside. There were many strange things like this. Later, in order to eliminate everyone's doubts, the school specially invited experts in related fields to investigate. After some research, the experts said that the reason why room 902 made strange noises was because of its unique architectural structure, which formed a function similar to receiving and transmitting sound in the room. However, this statement was not recognized by everyone. In addition, some classrooms in the teaching building behind were gradually sealed off, which indirectly confirmed that the strange noises coming from this room might not be as simple as the special architectural structure. As the rumors about Tianyou Building became more and more numerous, many domestic adventure enthusiasts also spontaneously organized some teams to go to Tianyou Building to find out. In particular, some of the photos taken also confirmed some of the rumors. At that time, it might be because there were too many people going to Tianyou Building for adventure. For the safety of the campus, Tianyo Building also set up double-layer security. But strangely, the security was only set up on the first and second floors. There was no patrol on the third floor and above. Until 2013, Tianyo Building was converted into Tianyo Hospital for some reasons, and its underground morgue and warehouse had long been demolished. Since then, no strange things have happened. Tongji has gradually faded out of the domestic haunted rankings. At the same time, these legends have become more mysterious because they cannot be verified. The story ends here. Welcome to the comment area to communicate. See you next time.